The maker of my favorite budget studio light, the Godox SL60W, has come out with their own version of a lightsaber, stick light, ice light thing with a little bit of a twist. Theirs has two sides and two colors. So it's called the LC500, and there's a couple of reasons I'm really excited about it. Number one, it is bicolor, so you have daylight on one side, tungsten on the other, and it gets super, super bright. And so the brightness is one of its selling points. Is it has two full panels of LEDs on there, and because of that, you can have full brightness on both sides. Usually when you have a light like this, it's only at like 50% relative brightness to how many lights are on the LED panel, because like all the tungsten ones are on or all the daylight ones are on. On this one, you have a full set of daylight and a full set of tungsten, which makes it super bright. And when you toggle it from daylight to tungsten, it does this kind of like fade in effect. I don't need it at 100%. That's crazy. I'm gonna put it down to 20%. It remembers what percentage brightness you are if you're toggling back and forth on each side. So I got 10% there and 20% there. It does this kind of neat fade in effect, which is really cool because it's also remote controlled. So if you want to turn it on remotely and have like a nice little fade in, then you can do that. I really like that it's remote controlled. So you can set whether you're going to use tungsten or daylight with the remote. You just have to set the color temperature from 5600K down to 3000K or whatever. So as you saw what I was doing earlier, these barn doors come with it and they're completely removable. And they're actually really, really, really functional. They work great at cutting the light down to a little teeny sliver. Here, let's turn all my lights off. I'm gonna turn the brightness up a little bit. So as you can see, it's cutting the light really, really, really well. There's no leakage anywhere, so it's super directional, and these barn doors work really, really, really well. Yeah, they're definitely the best barn doors I've ever seen on a a row of LEDs in a grid format. So I'm really happy with that. Now, I do wish they would have a better latching system for these barn doors, because I mean they're really kind of just plastic, and they just kind of get held in there by friction. And they seem like, of anything on this light, the thing that's most likely to break quickly is these barn doors, especially if you're moving them on and off the light often. I feel like they could have done some kind of ball bearing system where like it rotates, really smoothly or something to the other side. But I guess they figure that you'll probably install these barn doors one way and then just kind of leave the light in that color temperature, which is fine. They work really, really well, and that's really what matters. Another thing in particular that I really, really like about this light, it's got a rechargeable battery in there. It's the battery, you can't replace the battery with like other types of batteries or whatever. But it's got like a built-in lithium-ion battery, and it lasts for about 2 hours at 100% brightness. So whenever you're done, you can just kind of plug it in right there, and then, it's ready for your next shoot. Or you can leave it somewhere and keep it plugged in all the time, and it can run off of the AC adapter as well while it's charging. Something else I don't really like about the light, and I wish they would have changed, is after you turn the light off with the remote, then it will only stay engaged, I guess, with the remote or whatever, for like maybe 20 minutes or whatever, and then it turns completely off. If I have this thing plugged in to the wall, if I turn it off with the remote, I would like for it to stay active, just, have the light turned off, so I can turn it on with the remote whenever I get back to filming, without actually having to go on and turn the light on to activate it again. I bet it was to conserve battery, but if it's plugged in via DC, I wish it would have just stayed active. But really, that's the only thing I can complain about on this light. Other than that, it's a really, really great quality light. It's got over 95 CRI. It's got both daylight and tungsten, so whatever light set you have, it'll work with. Let's do some shots with just this light lighting me up. What I really like is just how directional this light is. It's currently the only thing lighting me up. Here, let's get the background out of there and get me in focus. So all the other lights I've had have all been soft lights, and I've never really been able to control them. I know you can get one of those beehives for the soft boxes that kind of help with directionality, but this one is just really, this one really fits the bill for being like perfectly directional and just lighting up the area that I want to light up. So I'm really enjoying being able to kind of control my scene a little bit better. And also it works as a really nice kind of soft key. Now, I do have it kind of positioned straight over me, like right here. I suppose I could move it around a little bit. Let's try and move it. So yeah, so far really liking this light and how it looks. How light it is. Not light as in brightness, but just how not heavy this thing is and easy to maneuver and set up. Really liking it. So yeah, the price point on this light, which is up over here now, right here, is about $200, and it's definitely worth it for something like this. I'm really happy they came out with it, and thank you Godox for sending these out to me to check out. I hope that maybe there's a V2 sometime in the future that has the couple changes that I mentioned. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I do have another light review coming up soon. It's on this little tiny light that I've been using in some of my videos now called the Sokani. It's a small credit card type light. I think it's supposed to be comparable to like the Aputure M9s. Really cool. Got a couple little pieces on it. If you want to see that video, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and if you like this one, give me a thumbs up. If you want to go find this light, it's the Godox LC500. There's a link to it in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.